Welcome to the Best Hour of Their Day podcast with your hosts, Jason Fernandez
and me, Jason Ackerman. With more than 20 years in the business,
as both coaches and affiliate owners,
our passion is to help create world-class affiliates
and coaches by building
better boxes. Welcome to
the best hour of your day.
All right, best hour of their day. Special guest, Trish Pickford. You have Pickford, but I always think of you as Evangelista.
Maiden name's Pickford, married name's Evangelista.
Is that what it is? I don't know. You're on my phone. So it must have been. So why do you, are you trying to get some strange action going on Zoom with that maiden name going on? What's going on? Stephen would not approve of that.
No, truthfully, because he doesn't like me to use my married name on the internet because I complain all the time. So he doesn't want me associated to his family when I'm complaining, and he wants me to use my maiden name.
Well, too bad for him. You are on the most downloaded show on the internet right now. But you've been a part of Affiliate U, so we wanted to chat with you. I texted you the other day. You may be one of our most successful clients. And that's hard because we have some really good ones. They've been on the show. Ryan, Devin, some other great episodes, but you're crushing it out on Long Island.
Yeah.
Did you? So let's go back in the Trish journey. Where'd you go to college, by the way?
SUNY. Well, I stayed home, so I was somebody who commuted from home. I went to SUNY Farmingdale.
SUNY Farmingdale. I got some buddies there. Why'd you stay home? You just you didn't want to leave the nest?
My dad bribed me, told me that if I kept my GPA over 3.75, he would pay for it. And then I got pretty much like a layup to the soccer team there. They're D3, but I was pretty much guaranteed like a starting spot. So I was like, if I could play 90 minutes of soccer, go to school, get my dad to pay for it, not have student loans, I was like, why not?
Smart move. Move. We were just talking. You've got a son similar age to Madison. Are you going to encourage college? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I truly wonder what it'll be like in 20 years or what would it be? 17 years for us?
Yeah.
I wonder what it'll be like. I wonder if it will be like, will college be more affordable and accessible? Who knows? The world changes now.
What was your degree in?
Business management with a minor in sports management.
So you put yours to use a little better than I have.
Somewhat. I feel like now I find myself maybe utilizing some things that we did within like sports management within the affiliate and things like that.
But two SUNY grads here, just killing life. Look at us,
Okay.
So you born and raised on Long Island. How far are you from where you grew up? How far is Babylon?
Babylon. I grew up in Massapequa, so about like 10 minutes from my parents who are still in the house that I grew up in. So nice and close. If I need them, they're there.
What's the best part about growing up on Long Island, and what's the worst part?
Best part, we'll say probably the beaches, the accessibility, just seeing on the beach and to the Hamptons and to Montauk. The worst part is probably like the traffic. I don't know what the worst part of Long Island is. I would say the people, but I don't know that that's the right answer when I'm a people person.
I think you're very much like me, Trish, in that we like the people we like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people we don't like, we wish were dead.
Yeah.
Maybe not. That's a bit extreme.
Yeah. Like I feel exactly. I agree. That's part of the reason I'm nervous about this podcast. Cause I feel like if we go down the wrong way,
we'll steer the ship. Cause I know some things, but let's jump a little bit ahead. How'd you find CrossFit?
After college soccer, I was coaching a soccer team, and one of my kids' moms, like I literally did not know what to do after college soccer. I was so bored and needed something fitness wise. And one of my kids' moms was like, oh, you should try CrossFit. So there was this box that unfortunately is no longer open. I think partially because of COVID, CrossFit Diamond. That was my first box. And when I went there, I decided to get my kids certification because she had a bunch of kids going. And then with my association with soccer, I was like, maybe I can learn CrossFit Kids and bring all the kids that I was training in soccer and loop those together. And then from there, one of my coaches there left and opened his own box, who is now my best friend, who I went to Hawaii for. He opened his own box and asked me to come over to him and help coach some adults.
So your best friend opened a box you were going to, and then you left that box?
My best friend opened a box he was coaching at to open his own box.
Who's this?
David, which was CrossFit Cobalt, but he no longer owns it.
Okay, so did that shut down as well, or did he sell that?
No, Dave and his partner, he had a partner at the time and they split ways, and then his partner took it. And then she sold it to another guy. So they have had 3 owners since then.
I feel like the CrossFit scene on Long Island has a lot of drama.
It does. I mean, think about it. I've been a part of 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes.
Yeah, that's how big is Long Island?
Like population wise?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, I just wonder if there's a lot of boxes out there, but even if there is, it doesn't matter to you. So you opened Babylon in what year?
So I purchased Babylon as an existing affiliate. So the affiliate opened in 2014. So I think this year's 8 years as of April. The affiliate's been open, but I purchased Babylon in October of 2019, 5 months before COVID closures.
So you purchase it, and then 5 months later, COVID hits. What was the negotiation like purchasing a gym from someone else? A lot of people listen, maybe want to open a box or buy one down the road. But what was that like for you?
Honestly, it was kind of easy. There wasn't much there wasn't a stable membership at all. Membership rates were kind of like all over. So there was really no value in the memberships. There was no real contracts or anything. So there was no guarantee for me to get the members that did exist. It also had turned over once previous to me buying it. So the original affiliate owner had flipped it to a person, and then I purchased it off them. So there was a lot of turnover during that time period and a lot of unhappy clients. So we pretty much negotiated our deal around the equipment. And then
that was it, just the value of the equipment?
More or less, yeah. I mean, I got it for a steal.
Give us a range. You don't have to give us.
Yeah, I look at it as a steal now because I made my money back through COVID, right. Pretty much through COVID, I made my money back on my equipment.
Give us a rough idea.
30,000.
Yeah, I think so many box owners out there value their box at this crazy amount, and it's like without contracts, you really have no value other than the equipment at your gym. And box owners want to sell it for hundreds and hundreds of thousands, and it's like your membership is a mess. I'm gonna have to come in and fix it. What were like the top 3 priorities when you purchased it that you wanted to fix?
I think just get members.
How many members were there at the time?
I would say probably maybe 30, 40, you want to call it that. I honestly don't even know a number. Because it wasn't even something we considered in the negotiations. It wasn't like, hey, I'm giving you 50 members. It wasn't even part of the conversations. So getting members was 1. 2, cleanliness and organization, just a presentable box that made space easier and coaching easier. 3rd priority, I don't even know. I mean, just making sure, getting my message out, getting my vision out, knowing, kind of explaining who I was. And because I see myself different than most of the affiliate owners around us, because I'm not this CrossFit Games athlete. I'm not your RX athlete.
You're an RX athlete.
I'm an okay athlete.
You're fit. Mom, 17-month-old. But so what were some of the things though that you realized, okay, I bought this thing, and right away, red flags, I need to dig into these? Previous owner
situations, very unhappiness. So again, there were 2 owners within a matter of a year at that box, at my box. So there was a lot of turnover in that sense. So I think getting ahead of all of that, and kind of, again, I would say everything I learned in the 4 boxes I was a part of before this was what I incorporated right away, what I saw my vision as. I mean, I don't know if I know the direct answer to that question.
No, I think, a lot of people have this idea to purchase a box, and there's a lot of positives, whether or not it's profitable, there's members coming in, etc. You're not starting from scratch, but often there's a lot of things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I'll say this. The programming and the education behind the methodology was probably the first thing I needed to fix, because there was no understanding of the stimulus of a workout or scaling a workout properly. It was like, oh, you can do 95 pounds, we're going to load the bar and do 95 pounds. So trying to convert that between coaches and members was definitely a priority for me. So I take that back. That was definitely my number one priority.
And did you switch programming when you took over?
Immediately. Yes.
Really? So what was it?
It was at that time, it was like Jason Khalipa's NC Fit, but like when he initially launched it, it was all like dumbbells. And the members just weren't having it. So we went to Comp Train at that time.
And what are you using currently?
Currently, I'm using CAP.
What was it? What's that like? A lot of box owners are afraid to make changes to the programming. They're told they need to make changes to the programming. When you transitioned from CompTrain to CAP, what was the message you gave to the members?
I didn't really give them a message. I just did it. There were a few I spoke to the coaches as to why we were doing it, and my reasoning behind doing it. There were some members that were following maybe the competitor track of CompTrain or extra work from CompTrain that I made them aware as to why we were making the change. And we joined CAP beforehand when it was still him, when it was Austin and James and Spencer's thing. So right. We've been a part of them for a while. And also I think the realization to my coaches and to the team of the relationships I was able to establish with somebody like Austin and James being so established in the CrossFit world through that programming meant a lot to them. And they were seeing that. They were seeing the changes and everyone just started getting stronger. So it was easy. They all started really believing in it. It
was working.
Yeah.
So 5 months into taking over, COVID hits and New York was hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
You were closed, what, for 6 months?
Roughly, yeah, about 4.5, 5 months. I luckily had an outdoor area, a backyard area that my husband and I, 8 months pregnant, went, cleaned it up, got it blacktopped, and just made that our workout space for June, July, August.
So you had to add blacktop outside?
Yep.
I didn't realize you out of pocket. Was that I assume wasn't covered by the landlord?
I negotiated a deal with the landlord. Since he's no longer my landlord, I don't mind saying this because I have a new one. We pretty much told him at that time, if we didn't do this, we didn't know if we'd be able to reopen when we were able to go back indoors. So
that's a smart landlord.
Yeah. So I said to him, I was like, listen, we'll pay for it instead of paying the rent this month. And that was the deal we negotiated. So instead of me paying rent for 2 months, we paid for the backyard to get blacktopped.
And I think that just goes to show for people out there, sometimes you just have to ask. Landlords, if you're a good tenant that pays rent on time, they don't want you to leave. They don't want to have to, because if you leave, it's going to be months before they get somebody in. They may need to change the layout of the building, add things. They want to keep you. It's like retaining a member.
And I did all the work for him too, right? I presented it in a really easy case to him. And I was just like, listen, here's the situation. We're going to do this. I got the quote. Here's the pricing. I got him 3 different companies and it bettered his property. So when he did sell the building in the last year, he was able to factor that into his sale. So work together with landlords, lessons.
Win-win for everybody. So the box is running, COVID's allowing you to open back up. You reach out to us. What prompted you to reach out to Fern and myself, affiliate you?
I was looking, I read Two Brain's book first. I talked to Two Brain. I was looking at some other things, started reading some books.
You were dating around on us? You were checking us other people out?
This was before I knew about you. Okay. Dennis from Quarter Deck Athletics in Buffalo.
Yep.
Dennis actually pinged me on and DM'd me on Instagram because we met through COVID or maybe we met through affiliate roundtables.
I mean, he's in Buffalo. You're people here in New York, but it's not very close. So
I think it was because Dennis and I were a part. So we were the initial roundtable group that David Rosario established as a test for CrossFit.
So you were one of how many were in that? 8 or so?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it started, during COVID, David Rosario was doing all New York calls. So he had all the boroughs, the Long Islanders, anybody that wanted to hop on calls and kind of just cry or just vent to each other. Every Thursday night, we were hopping on calls. So it was us, the city gyms, even some New Jersey gyms he had. And then when things started to settle down and we were able to reopen, that's when we started doing the test round of the affiliate roundtables. And that's how I met Dennis. And Dennis and I just started following each other on Instagram and we stay in touch now still.
He's awesome. Great client. Yeah. He's crushing it in Buffalo as well.
Did you see what he recently did when he was skiing? He had a snowboarder hit him and it ripped his artery. in his leg?
No, you know what's funny? We were just texting yesterday, and he's kind of been quiet this year. And I said, "Hey, what's up? I haven't heard much from you." And he's like, "It's a long story. I'll fill you in." So
It's insane. Well,
yeah, that's why I'm always afraid of snowboarding. It's not me. It's like riding a motorcycle. It's not you.
I think he was
the other
seeing a
people.
snowboarder hit him. Like
Yeah.
it's like crazy.
I can see that. So what did he say though? He was just like, "Man, this Ackerman guy is so amazing. You got to talk to him."
He said you were a doctor. No.
By the way, you are one of the only people that has sent mail to my home address with doctor. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. He just messaged me because we were talking about Two Brains and the conversations we were having with other affiliate partners or coaches, whatever, in the roundtables. So he was just like, "Listen, I know you were looking at Two Brains and some other ones. Like, I definitely recommend a conversation with these guys." So before I even bothered reaching out to you, I listened to the podcast, and once I heard you and Fern speaking and like the coaching conversations, I was like, oh, like they get me, like this, they understand who I am. They understand what I'm trying to create. And that's when I set up the call. I reached out to Katie, I think, right first, and then got looped into you.
You and I talk, we hit it off. You became a client. And so talk to me then in that moment though. You said you were reaching out to Two Brain and other people. What were you seeking? You know, as a box owner, what made you think to yourself, maybe I need some coaching?
So I knew I was really good at everything I was doing. Like I knew I was good at like, okay, getting my team motivated, getting my members happy. But I come from sales and I come from marketing. And what I didn't understand, like I didn't understand my business. So like when COVID did happen and I had to figure out numbers, like, and none of it made sense to me. I was like, okay, like I know that I have a ton of members, but I didn't know how many members I actually had. And I could never track how much money I was making because they were all paying different rates. And everything was kind of just all over. And I had no structure. And for somebody who comes from sales and marketing, I couldn't figure that out. And I didn't know how I was going to figure it out. And so like there was that. And then I think it was just like I knew I wanted to do some type of coaching, but there was the fear of that money commitment of doing it. And it was like, am I going to make this back? And is this, you know, you're just coming back from COVID, barely making money still. Like, is this smart to put this investment in, or are you going to be closing your doors in 6 months? So there was like all of these things playing into it. But for me, finding coaching was more about just getting a handle of the business and understanding it and being able to like answer questions like, how many members do you have? Like I can say it 6 months ago, I would have been like, today I can answer the question.
How many members do you have?
98.
That's, you know what? It's so interesting. You have 98 members and a lot of boxes would be like, okay, I need more. And, you know, sure, the goal is probably to get you to 150 or so. But I bet you when you started, you didn't have that much less than 98. But I mean, it's a matter of having
the value.
What's that?
Value of the 98 that I have now.
Yeah, I mean, paying the real amount, right? Getting rid of discounts, doing a rate increase, and something you've done well. I don't know how much you want to talk about it.
I don't mind talking about it because the one thing I did learn from doing it, like, I didn't believe in myself, and I was terrified to do the rate increase. Like, I mean, I literally prolonged that rate increase for almost 5 months since we started.
That was stressful for me.
And as soon as I did do it, I told you, I instantly regretted not doing it sooner because all my members, like they saw everything I was doing. Like they see the effort and they want to support me. And it meant a lot. It really meant a lot. And I didn't do a small increase. Like we could talk about it, but we had done a $30 increase for some of our members. And that's not a cheap increase, but they knew everything we were providing was worth the $30.
So let's walk through that.
Yeah.
You know, send out an email. Some people, it was different for everyone, right? But as much as $30 of an increase per member, you were stressed out about it, as most box owners are. When you sent out that email, how many negative responses, just people, whether negative, however you interpreted, did you get back? Because I can think, I remember you got at least one. Was that the only one?
And it wasn't even negative. Actually, there was 2 situations. One we won't discuss, because if you recall why, we won't discuss it. turd is involved in that. And one was a member just wanting to ask if there's a possibility of being grandfathered into their rate. But after the conversation of why we were doing it, there was no issue.
So you lost one person.
No.
You didn't even lose that one person that we're talking about, that we're kind of, you have to remind me off air what happened.
My birthday. I mean, he's gonna listen.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's gonna listen to this anyway. He's one of my close members. That we'll just say it. I mean, because he's gonna listen to this because he is one of my closest friends. And it was just I think it was just bad timing in life, and there were a lot of things happening, and I had gotten upset about a text message that went out to a group, and I addressed it with that individual, and it didn't go over well, but thankfully that member is back, and he's still one of my good friends.
But you are really good about, calling people on their shit when they need to. You're the boss. Now knowing the value of the box, and what you're creating is not only 98 people that are paying the full value, but 98 people that you actually enjoy being around. And, you were so stressed out about sending out that email. You got one negative response. That person still comes to your box. So you lost 0 members. Like, I don't want to give out specific numbers, but what did that do to your bottom line with that rate increase? Did the rate increase alone pretty much cover the cost of affiliate you?
Yeah. I mean, I can say for sure within the first 90 days of affiliate you, I made my money back.
That's great. I mean, and that's always our goal. Like, we understand box owners, like it's an investment, but we tell you, like, you will make your money back. And not only that, like, are you having more fun at your affiliate?
Oh, I love it. It's crazy. Like it's not even more fun for me. It's more fun to see the excitement through everybody else. Like, like one of my coaches, Chris OB, who he's been a CrossFitter for 10 years. And like, he's one of the original OGs, like started first when CrossFit came onto Long Island. Like he said it the other day, and like for him to say it to me, he's like, it's crazy how well the gym is doing. Like, and for him to sit back and recognize it and start to enjoy it and like embrace it, like that means more to me than anything. Like not even me enjoying it, seeing them all recognize it. It's just like, and they're loving it. They love the energy and everything around it, but it's awesome.
Can you like go into detail on anything? Like what are some of the things that are noticeably better?
Classes are full. People are my coaches are better because they have to be better. Like we've leveled up with coaching. I mean, I have 10 coaches in New York, all are part-time, but 5 of them, is it 5 or 6, have their level 2s. And by the end of this year, I'm requiring for the full staff to get their level 2s. So the value of coaching has gone up tremendously. Yeah, I think the class energy and for me personally, it's like, okay, it's Friday afternoon. I'm sitting here on a podcast with you at my house, about to go out to dinner with my husband. My 4 o'clock class had 17, 18 people in it, full class.
And you didn't have to be there.
Didn't have to be there. And I'm not worried. My coach has got it. I have no concerns.
Yeah, I think, that's something we always try to remind box owners. It's, yes, your box has to be financially successful, which yours is, but it also has to be fun.
Yeah.
Like you didn't take over this box to not have fun. You took over to have fun, but do well financially. How about without being too specific, how much better is the box doing financially? Let me give you a better question. You had a goal set out for June of this year, correct?
Yep. June 2022.
And when did you hit that goal?
January 27th. It was.
Did you really hit it that early?
Yeah, I think it was. I didn't want to keep texting you every day, but like it got to the point that I was just so excited that I was like, I still can't believe it. And like, even now looking at February, I'm like, oh, it's February 4th. And I'm halfway to that same revenue number that we were in January.
4 days in.
4 days in.
Isn't it crazy?
No, like it's insane. Like I was sitting on the couch with Steve last night, my husband, and he was like, I was like, what do you think the revenue is at? Because now he makes fun of me. I'm all fired up. I'm like competing against myself. And he's like, blah. And I was like, no, it's triple that. And he's like, what? He's like,
you're paying for dinner tonight.
I know.
Steven must love me. Does Steven love me?
He loves you. That's what I said. I was like, Jason said we owe him dinner. I said, if you and Roz, whenever you and Roz come to New York, you guys, we will definitely buy you dinner.
All right, you're gonna take us to Nobu, I think. Nobu, Manhattan.
That's what
Get
you
some.
want.
We're gonna look. Isn't that like pretty swanky?
Yeah,
What do you
there's
ish?
other wanky places.
All right, you'll take. You'll pick.
New
You'll
York
pick.
City's not really safe anymore. So
Yeah. So, but I mean, what to you is more makes you happier? The money coming in or the fun at the gym?
the fun at the gym.
Yeah, and as a box owner, was there because you didn't own it for that long, right? Just about it's been 2 years now.
Yeah, I'll be 3 years in October.
But was there a period of time where you were like, this was a bad decision? I shouldn't have done this?
Well, pre-COVID, like when COVID hit and the gym got shut down, I had a full-time job as well.
Oh, you were still working.
Yeah. So I still had a full-time job.
I didn't. Okay. And then, so when did you leave that full-time job?
I got fired in April of 2020.
What'd you do? Why'd you get fired?
Nothing. COVID. I was 6 months pregnant and they fired me and we lost our health insurance. It was like a whole thing. So my husband owned his own business, had to sell his business and get a full-time job. So we had health insurance.
You didn't get furloughed? You just got straight up fired?
Straight up fired. I got a severance, but nothing with insurance.
Wow, that's crazy that they did that. So okay,
Yeah.
so now did part of you say, okay, this is a blessing in disguise. I can work on the box full time?
Yeah, I felt like it was a sign. It was like, okay, like, and that was also the part of the reasons, like during COVID, I had nothing else to do. I was pregnant and miserable. So I was like, let me start reading and seeing like what I can do on the back end when the gym does open up. Like, how am I going to save the gym? Like I started looking into all of those things. And that's when I started taking the calls with David Rosario and the roundtables and all of that, because I knew if I didn't make the gym something, I knew that after I had the baby, I was going to have to go back to a full-time job. And it wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to put my energy into the gym. I had to figure it out. And I didn't pay myself for the first time until October of 2021. So even reopen, I didn't take any money out of the business for the first time until October 2021.
And now you're regularly paying yourself?
Now I'm regularly paying myself.
And you pay your coaches pretty well?
Pay my coaches pretty well, based on their credentials. It's laid out into a program. The L1s get $20, L2s get $25. And then we built out the specialty programs thanks to Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan at Classified.
Yeah, Ryan helped me there. We built up programs around that. So if they have specialty certs and they execute programs around that, which currently the only one we're really focusing on is nutrition. But our plan for March and April is to introduce like a mobility challenge. I have a PT on staff as well. So, yeah.
Everything's going really well at Babylon CrossFit.
Yeah.
So now that things are going well, where does your head go? Does it go to what's next? Does it go to just enjoy this? Where do you want to go in the next year?
No, I have so many goals. Like, I think it's crazy to think the goals that I have. So my personal goals are to get my L3. I'm only coaching one class a week, and that's kind of by choice.
You're coaching just one class a week?
One class a week.
Do you get fired up to coach that class?
Yeah, it's my 6 a.m. crew. I told them we weren't going to call them out on this call, but it's the 6 a.m. crew.
What do you love about coaching that 6 a.m. crew?
They're like every older brother you never wanted / older sister, but it's the boys. They beat you up, but they're a hardworking crew, and they aggravate you, but they're the best coach. They're one of the best classes to coach. Please do not get insulted to my other members that listen to this.
Yeah, you can.
8 a.m. is my favorite class to take. 6 a.m. is probably my favorite class to coach.
Yeah, there's a difference, right? Because you need to be awake and focused when you're working out, etc. So you're gonna pass your level 3. You're in the coaches development call, all the coaches development calls as well. What else? What are some of the goals for the box?
So that was like the coolest thing for me planning out the year. Like I challenged the coaches to lay out their individual goals as our plan, like to prepare for our planning meetings. And that's when I felt like I really established a business, because it was nice to see their excitement to what they want to grow into. So like they each have their individual goals to expand their education, whether it's another specialty cert or expanding the program that they're currently doing. Like Melissa's working on nutrition. She has her individual goals of doing a weightlifting cert as well as competing in weightlifting. And then Jared and I have been talking about him taking like maybe Kelly Starrett's program, and because he's the PT on house. And not only does that help him within the gym, but that would help him professionally in his PT job as well, because he needs credentials for that. So I think those things, like seeing it not just being about my personal goals, but seeing it being like business goals for other people and like they're looking forward to the future, has been one of the coolest things. I think the other goals would be, I don't know what our other goals for the gym would be, like possibly a bigger location. At one point, we're getting to that point that, you know, we're almost outgrowing our space. The classes are so busy, which is phenomenal. The L3 is a big one for me.
But I think something you touched on earlier that's really valuable is, you know, box owners forget when they do better, their coaches appreciate it, they love it, and it gets them excited. And you've got a great coaching staff. And a lot of that has to do with, you know, when the box does better, everyone can do better. You're not, you know, the box is doing better financially, and it's not only going into your pocket. And first of all, box owners, it's okay if it is. Like, you're allowed to make money. You should be making money. You're working really hard, but it is benefiting the coaches. You do other things like regular coaches meetings, and I'm pretty sure they get paid for those meetings.
Yeah, we do monthly coaches meetings. And then like we vary it. I either buy them dinner or we pay them for the meeting. We pick it by choice. I think this year we'll be able to do both. And I told them that the one thing I am very upfront with my coaches about is like where we stand. I'm like, listen, my goal is to buy you dinner and pay you for the hour, but right now I can't commit to that. So what would you guys prefer? And that's kind of like how we do it. And they're all about it. Like I don't hide anything from them. I'm very open-ended with them and make them a part of the decisions, because that's what literally I think got us to where we are today. Also add this to the goals for the year. I think eventually I want to do the full-time person, because if I get that full-time person, then that maybe gets me an opportunity to eventually do something else, whether it's advance myself or maybe another affiliate or something like that.
Well, maybe it'll come from within, but maybe someone's listening from Long Island or, you know, the greater boroughs area. Long Island's a borough, right? It's one of the boroughs. No. It's not a borough? No, Queens.
No.
Queens is the borough. Wait, Long Island's not a borough?
No.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Harlem, Staten Island. Staten Island's a borough, right?
I'm not going to answer these questions.
I'm not
falling into this trap. I'm not going to do it. Katie's not here. I don't feel safe.
So, but I want to go back to Affiliate U. What were some of the most enjoyable aspects for you? Like, what lessons really do you feel helped you the most?
Well, I think the one thing to call out, and this is something I talked to so I'm friendly with a lot of the other Affiliate U owners, and especially the local guys. We have two guys, Mike and Lou, that are both
Long Islanders. Yeah.
I talked to them about it. I think the one thing to realize is everything I learned, I've gone through an Affiliate U, I still haven't incorporated. So like there's still work for me to do. Right. I think the most valuable lessons were definitely the money map. Do you want me to be specific here?
You were as specific as you're willing to be.
Yeah, I mean, the money map was the one that you guys made me dive into the memberships and lay everything out. And like, really, honestly, like immediately, like one of the first changes we made was the CrossFit Kids program. Like, I never realized when we were doing CrossFit Kids Unlimited, we were losing money, a lot of money, not a lot of money, but a lot of money adds up eventually. So that was something you and I ex-nayed right away. And now we have reintroduced kids and we are making great money on it, because the way we're doing it is we're doing it in 5-week sessions. A group of kids, it sells out every time we do it, and we're only doing it for 5 sessions at a time, and then we have people reaching out, when's the next session,
yeah, I mean, and it's interesting, right? It's something box owners don't think about. Like, sometimes getting rid of something can actually make you money, right? Or help. Like, you know, so many boxes are like, we've got 8 classes on our schedule, and as soon as I hear it, I'm like, these 3 are not very crowded, right? And they're like, yeah, like, well, get rid of them. Well, I can't get rid of them. Like, it's costing you money. It's literally costing you $500 a month to pay a coach to coach one person. that would come to another time if you asked them to. But
Yeah,
same with the
I
kids.
think that goes back to just having the time to sit down and look at that, right? Like it's like you're so overwhelmed with everything. And if you don't have this stuff laid out from structure, like I was never able to look at the back end stuff. Like I think I told you the month of December of 2021, I was homesick, probably with God knows what, but I was homesick, and that was the first time I was working from home and I was chasing sales. Like I was calling people, reaching out to people to make sure that was my most profitable month since I bought the business. But I was able to do that, and I was able to sit home and look at that stuff because I didn't have to worry about my affiliate because my coaches were coaching the classes. It was the busiest week and I wasn't there because I was homesick. So I think it's important to realize like you can't evaluate your business, or at least this is what I realized. I couldn't evaluate my business until I had everything structured and laid out to give me that opportunity to evaluate it.
And you know, one thing you've done really well is, like we said, you pulled yourself off of working in the business so you can work on the business.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously that's paying off big time, but are you still spending a good amount of time at the box?
I mean, this week was Bring a Friend week. I only missed 3 classes. Well, including tonight's classes, I missed 6 classes out of all the classes. Other than that, I was there almost every morning at 5 a.m. I was there every night till 7 o'clock. And that was my choice. I wanted to be there for the new people coming into the gym to help my coaches, so my staff wasn't stuck kind of running around and doing things on their own.
To me, that is like the best part of owning a box. When you get to decide, I want to be there today, and you get to hang out. You don't have not that coaching is stressful, but it's like you don't have to worry about coaching. It's like being an aunt or an uncle, right? Like I could watch this kid, but then I get to leave it with you, where like you and I are stuck with our kids.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it's like, cool. I get this kid a bunch of sugar, riled it up. Now it's yours. Right. Same with the box. So how has Bring a Friend Week been going? I know we spoke Monday, but how has it gone since the beginning of the week?
Good. It's been busy. We've had probably about, I mean, I think it's busy. I don't know what it's definitely not successful compared to some of the stories I've heard on Affiliate U, but we have about it's the first one we've ever done. And we probably have about 20 people listed so far. And that's not even including the weekend, right? We still have Saturday and Sunday. So I assume that we might get a few more new faces over the weekend.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, look, whether or not 20 new people join, getting 20 people that have never stepped foot into your box is huge. And, you know, 25%, but if you get 5 new members, this is what we tell people, when I said, Bring a Friend Week is all you need. Because if you get 5 new members 4 or 5 times a year, you're doing great. That's all. That's really all you need to, grow successfully, and at an even pace where you're not going to swamp the place and not be able to keep up with it. So that's awesome. And beyond that, maybe they don't join this time, but they might come back another time.
Yeah, I do feel confident that we'll get at least 5 members from it. And then I think about it, right? Like I think about that membership number, and you go back to like, you don't need the 150 members. Like I'm fine with only getting 5 members from this, because I don't want to get too many at the same time either, because it will affect my community, right? Like it's almost better to be smaller right now, because everything is in such good hands and in a good place, that I don't want anything to shake it up. Like I almost would not be psyched if never mind. I won't even say this. I won't go.
All right. But don't say, but I mean, if you get 5 new members, you're past that, 3-figure threshold of 100 members. And I have no doubt you'll stay above that for forever. It's just a matter of continuing to slow, steady growth. Outside of that, what else is on the agenda?
For the gym?
Or for you? What do you got going on in life? What's going on in your personal life? You want to talk about your personal life?
I mean, I'm going to try and have another baby soon.
That's a mistake. Why are you doing that?
Not currently pregnant, but trying to maybe have another baby.
Yeah. So is that something you would have felt comfortable doing if the box wasn't? You probably would have done it anyway, right? But do you feel at least like we're fine? Like the box is running. I could take time off. Maternity leave, etc.
Yeah, I mean, even during my last maternity leave, when I wasn't necessarily complete, I don't at that point I didn't have you guys, right? Yeah, no, because I signed up for you after that. Yeah. My past maternity leave, before the business was even doing as well as it is now, I was able to leave the box, and I had a rough recovery, and I was out for almost 18 weeks.
Wow.
Not at the gym, couldn't do anything. So like that was when I kind of knew like, okay, like we're on the right track. Now we have to figure out to get to the next level. So yeah. So yeah.
You interact with a lot of box owners out there. What what do you think is their biggest hang up with hiring a coach?
Not doing enough work themselves.
What do you mean?
That the affiliate owners that I'm surrounded by don't put the energy in that their coaches like you'll find a lot of them that have coaches that work harder than the affiliate owners.
You think it's just that they don't want to work hard? I mean, is it that they feel like they don't have the money?
I feel like they don't know how to make it a business. So because they don't know how to make it a business, they make it a family and friend gym. But like that was the reason I knew I could buy my own box. Like I was at a box that's now closed, and I felt like I was running their business. Like I would handle all the new clients that came in. I would scale their workouts. I would sell their memberships. And I was like, and then when this opportunity came up with Babylon, I was like, I can do this. Like, and that's what Steve and I said. I was like, I'm doing it for someone else.
Might as well do it for yourself.
Let's do it for our family. Yeah, like I can do this. Like I know I can. So I think that's like that was something I realized like as a coach and what made me believe I can do it. And I think that's also why you see a lot of turnover on Long Island in the affiliates, because people just get so burnt out because they're coaching all of their classes or they're not structuring their business and they're trying to do too much. And you can only do that for so long. Like you're just going to run dry, especially here in New York right now with where we all stand after COVID.
Yeah. Well, you are doing the right things for the box. I'm excited to see where you're going with it, and have no doubt you'll hit those goals in this year. You're level 3 and some other big things. So it's awesome. You're crushing it. This is why we love doing it. So keep up the great work. Where are you going to dinner tonight?
We're going to this. I think it's Mexican, Hermanas. It's actually somebody I know through CrossFit. Weird. I met her at a bar and she's the owner and we're going to go support her.
Hermana sounds like I think that might mean brothers.
Sisters.
Okay. Close.
Yeah, whenever there's an A at the end, it's feminine.
Yeah, close enough. Well, just date night? No baby?
No baby. Date night. We're going with our friends and who knows? Who knows
what'll happen after? Is that what you're saying? Is this the night? Baby number 2
on the way. I thought I was pregnant. I said it because we have like a whoop group at the gym, and all of a sudden my strain went from like a 5 to a 25, and I was like, "What is going on?" So my buddy Lewis, one of our members, I texted him on the side. I was like, "Lewis, I'm going to tell you for anybody else. I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant." I'm like, "Why is my strain and my heart rate and my HRV and my respiratory rates all messed up? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant." And
hey, I'm going to introduce you to Roz.
Roz. Hi.
She didn't know she was going to be. That's Trish.
Oh, hi.
She's taking us out to dinner.
Yes. Whenever you come to New York.
Next time we're on Long Island.
Awesome.
Nice
to meet you.
Okay, me too. Anyway, well, that's really awesome stuff. I enjoy working with you. You are a lot of fun. The reason you're a lot of fun is because you put in the work. And affiliate U is not a magic pill. You have to put work in, but if you put work in, I mean, nothing you did in the last year was like outrageous or crazy.
No, it's definitely frustrating and it's hard to go through it at times. And some of those, things that you guys put us through at Affiliate U, like the chapters, like, again, you've not only changed me from a business person, but you've changed me like as a person in general, like in life, like,
Wow, that's big news.
It is. You knew this though. It's like, I just find myself handling things differently, not just in the box with my family, my friends.
You did have one meltdown.
I mean, I have a lot of meltdowns.
But you had one big one.
What, when I cried to you?
Yes. But we handled it.
Not officially yet, or hopefully it's handled.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if it, whatever happens, you are now better equipped to handle those types of situations.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just mindset trained as well. Like it's not just about, being the affiliate owner. It's about being a different person. And honestly, like Affiliate U just impacts you in different ways like that. So.
Well, we appreciate hearing that. That's exactly why we do it. So thank you for letting us coach you. We will be on Long Island again. I'm going to make sure I get there, get some dinner with you and Steve, and look forward to, stopping by Babylon. Last time we saw you, we were in New Jersey, but hopefully next time we'll stop by Babylon.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be closer and then you guys can come out. I would love that.
All right. Well, go enjoy your tacos or burritos or enchilada. They're all the same thing, right?
Yeah,
And,
more or
and
less. I'm gonna go margaritas here
you're gonna go margaritas?
all day.
Well, you better make sure, double check you're not pregnant when you go for those margaritas. But all right. Well, we will see you on the call Monday.
Cool.
And have a great weekend. Keep up the great work. And you're crushing it. We're really proud of you. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Best Hour of Their Day podcast. We appreciate you listening and choosing to have us help you in your passion for coaching and affiliate ownership. You can find more episodes just like this on all podcast platforms. If you're interested in learning more, you can reach out to us on any social media platforms, or you can visit www.besthouroftheirday.com to book a call. If you found this episode helpful for you, please share it so that we can help other coaches and affiliate owners to help build a bigger and stronger CrossFit community. Thanks for listening.